Children, you all know that sound is produced by the vibration of an object such as a stretched membrane or a string under tension. So, mainly sound is produced by the vibration of that object. We have learned that sound can be generated from a vibrating object. With an example of tuning fork, we will now learn about how a sound is produced due to such vibration. This is a picture of tuning fork. It is made up of two prongs and a stem. Keeping the stem steady, if the prongs are struck, they start vibrating. Figure 15.2a shows stationary tuning fork. To show the state of air around the tuning fork, vertical lines are used. Here the vertical lines are equally spaced. It indicates that the average distance between the air molecules is the same everywhere and the average air pressure in three regions A, B and C is also the same. So children, have you understood? The stationary tuning fork is shown here and the vertical lines are used to show the average distance between the air molecules. That is same everywhere and the average pressure in these three regions A, B and C is also same. If the stem is kept steady and the prongs are struck, the prongs are set into vibrations. It means that they are set into periodic motion in forward and backward direction. If during the vibration, the prongs of the tuning fork go away from each other, as you can see here clearly, the prongs are going away from each other. Therefore, the air which is outside the prongs is compressed and the pressure there increases. Such a state of high pressure is created in the region A in this figure. The region in which air is at high pressure and high density is called as compression. Children, you can see here that the vertical lines are compactly arranged. This indicates that this region is at high pressure and it has high density. So, such region is called as compression. In the next step of vibration, the prongs of the fork come close to each other. Here you can see the prongs are coming close to each other. In this case, the air molecules near the prongs get more space to move away from each other. As a result, the air pressure in this region decreases. Such a region in which air is at low pressure and low density is called as rarefaction. Children, here in this region A, the vertical lines shows the distance between air molecules, and as you can see here, the lines are spread apart from each other. So this region has low pressure and low density and it is called as rarefaction. Clear? However, the air molecules which are in compressed state, that is in region A, transfer their energy to the air molecules present in the region B. So, the air in that region goes to compressed state so the air in this region becomes compressed and periodic motion of prongs create compression and rarefaction in the air and these are propagated away from the prongs. You can see here rarefaction, then compression, then rarefaction. So alternate bands of compression and rarefaction forms as the sound wave propagates in the air. These sound waves reach our ear and their eardrum vibrates. Accordingly, specific signals reach the brain and we get a sense of hearing a sound. Is it clear, children? How sound is detected by our ears? If sound waves are generated in air, what moves away from the source? Is it the air itself or the state of compression and rarefaction created in the air? Answer is, if the sound waves are generated in the air, the state of compression and rarefaction created in the air moves away from the source. The air does not move away from the source because air is elastic in nature and the force due to tuning fork varies periodically with time. Here, children, we have seen how the sound waves are propagated in air. With the help of tuning fork, we studied how compression and rarefaction regions are formed. Thank you.